Welcome back to Dropout Trades, everybody. You know what day it is. It is Sunday. What we do on Sundays is we make our trading plans and our trading setups for this week. We had a very interesting week this past week, and we're going to have a very interesting week this coming up week. Now, in this video, we're going to make our trading plans and setups on Tesla and the SPY. So let's go. Let's get right into it. Alright, so as usual, we're going to go through the support and resistance levels. If you've been here before, then you see that I have a lot more supports and resistance levels this week because I believe there can be a bigger swing to either to the upside or to the downside. I just wanted you guys to have all the supports and all the resistance in line. Alright, let's start with the supports and we'll get into the resistance. 414s, 417s, 421s, 422, 77, 425, 74, 429, 75, 431s, 434, 50s, 436, 40s, 438s, 440s, 443s, and 446s. Let's get into resistance right over here. 449s, 450s and 69, 451 50s, 452 80s, 454s, 455s, 456s, 457s, 458s, and 459s, 460s. Alright, let's get into the trading plan. Let's see what we can come up with. Alright, so this week was crazy. My ideal trade for this week would be if SPY gets to the 450s to 451s again, and I would most likely enter into puts with a very tight stop loss above the 451.70s to 452.50s. I would most likely play it to the downside because, as you can tell, this whole week it got rejected at the 450 and 451 areas. So I see that as a great play. If it does happen, where I would exit would most likely be around the 446 to 447.50 areas, just to be on the safe side, or I would just keep a very tight stop loss behind it and let it keep riding down. Downside, if we can break this 443s, I think we will see 440s. I'm actually 100% sure of it. If it does break this 443, we will see 440s. If we can break this 440s, 438s is definitely in. I would most likely, after the 443s, after I would enter 443 puts, where I would enter next would most likely be if we broke this 436 area. If we can break this 436 areas, I would enter puts again, and I would most likely exit at around 435. So very small scalp, not too much. If we can break the 430s though, 430s, actually 429s, this would be a big play. 429s puts to the downside, and I would most likely exit at around 425s, and if it keeps going from there, it's just a whole different story, and I would make another video update for this week coming up on it. For the upside, if we can break, I believe if we can break this 451s to 452s and overall market sentiment is good, we have confirmation on here, then I believe that we'll see 456s again, 455s to 456s. Anyways, that's about it for the SPY. If you have any questions, let me know down in the comments below. Now we're going to get into Tesla. Let's get into it. Alright, Tesla, let's get into the supports and then we'll get into the resistance. So we got 215s, we got 221s, we got 224.78, so 225s, 231s, 234.79, 235s, 238s, and 243.92s. Getting into resistance, so 244s, 250s, 253.64, 260s, 264.50s, 269.50s, 273s, 280s, and 284s, 285s, and 292s. And obviously 298s if we reach there. Alright, let's go to a lower time frame and let's start with our trading plan. Alright, about the same as the SPY, my ideal trade for this week would be Tesla getting to the 250s to 251s, getting into puts, and I would most likely let it ride down all the way to 244s, and I might even keep like a tight stop loss to let it keep riding. Other than that, 238s I would most likely not play. 234s I would most likely not play. 231s, if it breaks this, I would play puts. Where I would exit would be around 226 to 227. I would like to see it break this 221, and I would most likely write it down to the 215s. I would most likely exit at around 216 If it does break this, I would think that would be very big, so I might just keep a stop loss right behind it and let it keep riding down, see if we can get to the 200s. For the upside, let's see what we can see. If we can break this 250s and I can see confirmation around 253s, I would play it all the way up to the 260s to 261. I would most likely exit at 259s, to be honest. If we can break this 261s, I would not play it. If we can get to 265s, I would probably not play it. If we can break this 268.80, so 269s to 270s, I would most likely play it, and I would honestly hold through this. I don't think this is strong enough, to be honest. So I would hold through, and I would most likely exit at around 275s to 278s. That's about it for Tesla for this week. I will make update videos throughout the week if anything comes up. Now I have something very exciting for you guys. I am going to start a challenge account again. Last time I've done this was a couple months ago, and I started a challenge account with, what was it, $300, and it was 12x in 1 week, so times 12. So this time I'm going to do it a little bit differently. I'm going to start an account between 1500 to 2500. I haven't decided on that yet, but I'm going to start it this week, a brand new account, and do a challenge to see how I can grow it. And I'm going to do it more than a week this time to see how far we can get it, just to show you guys that it is possible even with less than $10, $20, and $30,000 to grow a smaller account. And I hope you guys tune in so you can see the evolution of that account and how it grows, and if it doesn't grow and what's going to happen. I haven't traded with a small account in quite a while, so it's going to be definitely a fun experiment to do. If you guys have any questions, let me know down in the comments below. I would really appreciate it if you hit that like button and that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next one.